Thanatophobia. Thanatophobia is the fear of death, or the process of it, so it's quite the interesting thing to name a GD level. But at the same time, it's a very obvious name. I mean, you don't want to die far in a level, so I guess to an extent, it makes sense. Even more so if the first half of the level is much more difficult than the second half, leaving only random choke points for the second half while the first needing absolute control. That's the kind of level you don't want to die far on. Some may even say they fear dying far on a level like that, or if you do die far, you'll have to go back to the beginning and pass all those possible parts again. So, in a way, the Netophobia is the perfect name for this level. Let's go back 4 years to be exact. Trini had just made a video of her beating her fourth extreme demon. This level was, of course, none other than the Netophobia. A young me saw that video and believed that Junie must be amazing. No way I could ever beat a level of that difficulty. Plus, it looks kinda scary. Even though I knew I couldn't beat it at the time, I still wanted to eventually beat it. Maybe one day I'll become a player of similar skill to Junie. Maybe one day I'll become someone worth watching, just like her. Fast forward to around 5 months ago. I was playing ACU, but didn't want to. It was so boring, and I wanted to play something that meant something to me. I stumbled upon Thanatophobia. So, when I dropped ACU after dying to 85 twice and pouring waited 27,000 attempts, I decided that maybe I could play Thanatophobia instead. Boy, was that a stupid decision. You see, I would consider myself to be quite the fast learner. I can get good at a GD run very fast, but to actually master it, to get that part perfect, that takes time. A lot of time. I get to say that I can get a 55 to 85 run multiple times in only my first day. But what does it matter if I can't get the extra percent? Progress started fast, as it always does for me, with runs like 55 to 85, and the even more impressive 40 to 100, all in just the first couple days. I mean, at this rate, it'll take a month, two at most, or so it would have been if progress was consistent. I'd continue making progress, getting the level in 2 runs by accomplishing 45% from zero. I mean, it all seems like light work, and in reality, it was. I was easily getting runs without a worry. But after this, progress seemed to stop. I was facing massive roadblocks, beating 56, but only from zero, and the great part, but only from 24. Both were terribly inconsistent and massive choke points in the level. However, they weren't truly revealed until I started doing actual runs that were really important. I was starting to think that I wasn't ready, but randomly, I suddenly pushed through. 24 to 100, complete. So far, the major choke points in the level have made themselves pretty obvious to me. The gray part, 56, 30 to 45, and of course, the first 8%. I was but your average mobile player at the time, so playing a tight ship corridor was absolutely impossible. This is why most of my progress so far has been from parts after the ship. I was honestly kind of scared to play the ship, because on average it would take me over 100 attempts to pass it. But I knew I had to play it eventually, so after getting 24 to 100, I decided enough was enough. I had to improve the pre-drop. No more progress from runs. Day after day after day after day, I worked on that pre-drop. I was starting to get consistent, but I still couldn't get anything phenomenal. No matter how many drop attempts I could get, it still wouldn't pass 56. It is by far the most annoying click in the entire level. But we all know that 56 isn't the end. There's still the gray part, and even worse, the finale. But for the time being, we can only focus on the obstacle in front of us. 56 must be passed from zero. One day, I went to go dog sit for a neighbor of mine. I decided I should play a couple of the Thanatophobia attempts while staying there for a little, even though my game wouldn't have audio. It was on this day that something strange happened. I got an insane sound. It still surprises me to this day.
What the hell? What the?
I fluked the gray part. This was insanely unexpected. The gray part was supposed to be the hardest part. I can barely ever pass it, so why? How? What was that? I wasn't even playing seriously. It all makes no sense. I decided after that maybe I should start playing more. I thought that I could beat it soon, that maybe I was wrong, and actually this was an easy level. So I play and I play. Where was the progress? I had just proven I could beat it, so why has it already been a month and I still haven't gotten back to the edge of the drop? Maybe it was really just a fluke. I thought I had something, maybe even a hint of talent. That surely is one way to crush someone's dreams. This level is quite the troll. It seems that every time I begin to doubt myself, it proves me wrong. It shows that maybe there's a chance. But then nothing ever comes of this newfound hope. And then I begin to doubt again. The cycle repeats. Just as I was doubting the level and my own capabilities, the level decided it was time, once again, to give me a sense of false hope. What a fumble. I mean, that clip is so free. I only died because I was shaking so much that I could barely see my screen. If only I had some sense of self-control, some way to fix these problems. The only solution I could find? Get to the ending so much that you'll eventually stop getting nervous. So, I continued playing. A couple days go by and boom, another finale attempt. Man, come on. Oh, man. Man, three deaths to the ending. Come on. Maybe this was possible. Boom. A few more days and I reached the final click. I'm no, no. That was unfortunate, especially because after that death, it'd be a long time before I had any chances there. And by that, I mean no progress until the very end. I had started a daily routine. Get 45 to 100 every single day. But that didn't change much, so maybe my game would need an upgrade. Maybe mobile was just too small. Maybe I needed a bigger screen. I did it. A PC for GD. Let's see if these things are as good as advertised. While yes, I did have to take a few days before I could really get the hang of PC play, it did seem that I was getting better quite fast. I eventually reached my previous mobile skill in only 3 days. Either I'm a faster learner than I thought, or PC is really just that much better. Personally, I believe it was a mix of both. And yet, even though I was now playing GD better than ever, it didn't change anything. I was still not able to even get past 65. Even though I was racking up 45 to 100 attempts, none of it mattered. None of it mattered from zero. Honestly, it felt like I could just randomly burst through at any moment, randomly beat it, but I know how stupid of a thought process that was. I was very split at this point. Either I could beat this in less than a week, or it would take until February for me to even start getting to the drop again. It was around this time that I felt dreadful whenever I started to play the level. Every attempt was a chore, and the game stopped being fun. I would often randomly take breaks mid-session just so that I could make sure I was mentally okay for the next attempt. It was in these breaks that I would often question why. What's actually the point of me beating this? It's not like anyone would care. It's also not like I'm the first. I'm just a random guy. This isn't even an accomplishment. Most people could beat this in less than a month, so why? Why am I here? I played thousands of attempts, played for almost 4 months, and in the past month, nothing has even happened. And yet, I'm still playing? At the time, none of it made sense, but soon, I'd understand why I kept pushing forward. This was starting to remind me a lot of Aki. It's way too similar. I played the same number of attempts on both levels so far. They were both going to be my hardest level at the time. On both, I died twice at exactly 85%. And it was those bar attempts followed by nothing after that made me decide to drop vacuum. I was scared that this level might meet the same fate as well, scared that I might not be able to do it, and it was all just getting to me. Things were only getting worse. I'd recently decided to play 500 attempts every day. This might sound like a small number to most of you, but to me, I never really played ZD for that long before. Playing for an hour and 30 minutes seemed unreasonable before. And yet, currently, I was doing it every day. But it were these decisions that led to things getting even worse. Time kept passing, but progress never showed. All of it was getting to me, and I was constantly freaking out at minor inconveniences in the level. And then it started even affecting my personal life. This was bad. I had a sneaking suspicion that Thanatophobia might be a little bit worse for me mentally than I previously perceived. So I decided to actually do something about it instead of just waiting. Before that day, I had let myself be defined by luck. I would even use it as an excuse, saying that I was just getting unlucky. But I'm tired of waiting. I can't keep playing this if it's affecting me this much. If I can't get the attempt through luck, then I'll manifest it myself. And manifest it I did. You know what? I'm going to beat Thanatophobia today, or lose myself trying. I shall play Thanatophobia for as long as I can. I'll even double my hours if I have to. I just want to be free. I practiced a little for 50 minutes that session, which is a lot more than I had ever done. In that time, I'd gotten 24 to 100 twice. That was a run I hadn't even gotten in over a month. Maybe there's some hope for today. Maybe I can do it. I played from zero for an hour and 20 minutes straight. Not a single one of those attempts made it to the drop. This is hopeless. I was never meant to beat this. I should just give up. I took a break for a couple hours and then came back to the level. I played for only 30 minutes, and after that, a moment of magic had sparked. Seemingly out of nowhere, just like all the other progress was following.
Five men would toe the line. They glassed all new fortune, a chance to live their lives that could not live in you. The tears raided minds, they tore at flesh like snakes, and all was left behind was the will to stay awake. We are you. We are the magnet that between you. We are the animal instinct of greed.
Yes! I beat it! I beat it! I beat it! Oh my god. No way! I've been playing for 2 hours and 48 minutes today and I beat it! You've got to be kidding me! What the? I did it! I actually beat it! Uh, yes! I'm shaking so much. Oh my god. 15816. 15816? Yeah. It's done! God damn! It's 15,342 plus 3, 32,458. I played for 2 hours and 48 minutes today. That's a video.
Oh yeah, you
That's not, that is not how you spell that.
spell that.
let's take this out of likes. Let's. Oh my God! We're gonna click this button here.
Oh my.
4 months. 4 months of work. This was not an easy challenge, mentally, that is. But it wasn't all worthless. But I did gain something from this. The reason of why I still played the level even after all it took out of me. It was because I needed a change. I was less scared and defeated after arguing. I'd lost. I knew I had a bad history of levels 0, but to quit, it was unlike me. I needed to prove that I was even still me. I think on a subconscious level, I knew that this had to be done. That's why I continued. And contrary to what you may think, I'm glad that I did.